64. Yes, Nigeria's birthday is today at 64, and mine is tomorrow, October 2nd, but I won't tell you my age. But of course, this is the day the Lord has made, and of course, we will polythink and be glad in it. Yes, we will polythink and be glad in it. I'm appearing a bit late today, but back and forth, lots of issues, lots of analysis to make, discussing about politics and happenings in the polity. So the media has taken my whole time from one analysis to the other, but then, of course, I'm great. I'm happy to be here with you, rather. So this is the day the Lord has made, and we will polythink and be glad in it. Nigeria at 64. What are your views? What are you thinking? What is going on in your mind as regards Nigeria at 64? 64 no be small years, right? So I think we have something to celebrate now, Abi, and we also have something that we can say. Should I say pains? Yeah, I think it should be in order to say pain. So I think we have points of celebration, and we have our pains as well. Just that the pain, they go round. You understand? If to say the pain they go round, say politicians are in pain, citizens are in pain, doctors are in pain, lawyers are in pain, everybody is in pain. It would have been, it would have made sense. But a situation whereby the citizens are in pain, but the politicians are enjoying and relaxing, that's not too good enough. And I think some people have christened the president, but Abola, they christened him T-Pain. T-Pain is that, I think it should be an American rapper. He reigned many years ago, T-Pain. And I'm trying to remember one of his songs now. Because I remember that song, T-Pain. If he wants to sing, the way Nice usually scream before he became popular. Adigun Alapomeji. At some point when Nice became popular, he was just saying, you already know. So T-Pain, I think, is an American rapper. I stand to be corrected. But he's a famous rapper then, though I can't remember any of his songs now. Anyway, so it's not because Tinubu is a good rapper. No. It's not because he's a big singer or maybe he has any unique singing talent. No. They christened him T-Pain because of the pain, the hardship, the hunger, the starvation that his government has put Nigeria into. That's why they are calling him T-Pain. That, okay, I think T-Pain is a short form of Tinubu's pain. That the pain is so much. Although the man, to him, is trying his best. And, sometimes you can be trying your best, but the best may just not be good enough, unfortunately. And the thing is, trying your best is okay, but I think there are some things that he could have done better, and even in terms of his own image and people around him. My people, I see you. Welcome to this broadcast. Like this video, share, drop your comment. I'm seeing Mr. Zaki. Mr. Zaki, are you watching me for the first time? I've never seen this name before. Mr. Zaki. Mr. Zaki, are you watching me for the first time? And where are you watching me from? I'm just saying your name for the first time. Or you've been watching me, but you've been hibernating. Shout out to you, Mr. Zaki. Yeah, I see my regular here. Akitunde. He says, Dr. D, Happy Independence Day. Well, Happy Independence Day is in order. We can say happy, right? At least we should be happy to be alive. But I don't think Nigerians are happy. And he says, I see you are really cool despite Nigerian issue. My brother, I go kill myself. I know kill myself now. Abi, what should I do? I'm just one in about over 200 million people. So if you divide one by 200 million, you can see that one is an insignificant figure. We can only try our best to just discuss and give some political education. And that's why sometimes I do this, which is like my own form of community service. And if the government is not doing right, it's like my own form of protest. If there's any shortcoming, which is my own form of activism. if government is doing right, which is my own form of appraisal, and saying kudos to the government. And AA, I see you. Please, my guys, do well to like this video, okay? Help me, shower me with likes, okay? If you are watching me, do well to like this video. Press the like button. If you don't know, I don't want to believe that you don't know how to press the like button. So just press the like button. And Akintunde says one life matters. God bless you, Akintunde. Of course, one life matters. But you know, kill yourself. You see during Buhari time, where oga dey use toothpick, see when Buhari dey use toothpick. But if Buhari can use toothpick, even if I don't have meat or toothpick, at least I go still live now. Abi, we should thank God for life. Nigeria at 64. I want to hear you guys. I think maybe I should just open the phone lines. On a day like this, it should be an expressive day. Maybe I should make it a people's parliament. I don't know. Maybe you guys have a spare phone. Before the phone lines start buzzing, Joseph Edem. Joseph Edem. Have I seen this name before? It's appearing like a first-time name. Joseph, are you watching me for the first time? Where are you watching me from, Joseph? I'm not too familiar with that name. Joseph Edem. God bless you, my brother. Great to have you. And some of you have the phone lines now. I think people like Akintunde AA, people like them, I think they should have the WhatsApp number because they are regular and I've been calling it repeatedly. So let me call it again. I want to hear from you guys. Nigeria at 64. What's going on? 64. I have my submissions on Nigeria at 64. I don't analyze today. I don't tire. Different analysis. I try to make it live in the afternoon Nigerian time, but I was too busy, so I was tired. As I just sat down like this, I just slept off straight up. So by the time I woke up, I'm like, okay, let me make it in the evening. No matter how uneasy it is, I'll try to catch up with you guys. So the number to dial, some of you already know it, but if you don't know it, it's +55 on WhatsApp, +55 1399 666 6361, +55 1399 666 6361. WhatsApp only, okay? +55 1399 666 6361. So if you want to call in, have it in mind to be very brief. Let's hear from you. Nigeria at 64. Any glory, any disappointment? What has Nigeria done to you at 64? So if you are watching me, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Nigeria at 64. What's your take? Again, the number is +55 1399 666 6361. Again, +55 1399 666 6361. So you can reach out to me on WhatsApp and let us think together. Now, Nigeria at 64. How do we look at Nigeria at 64? There's also a presidential speech, right? So which one should I start from? Okay. Joseph Edem, you are from Akwa Ibom State. Abadi Idioko. So that's how you people greet yourself in Akwa Ibom, right? Abadi Idioko. I know some of your food, though. I know Afang. I know Afang. I know Ekpankukwo. I know Ekpankukwo. I know. It don't escape my head, though, but I try small now. So, Joseph Edem, Abadi, why you know the drop comment? You say you are not a first timer. I'm seeing your comment for the first time. And Joseph, I'm hearing your comment for the first time. So if you want to reach out to me, +55 1399 666 6361. Again, +55 1399 666 6361. You know, say if you're on a platform like this, it's always good to reach out, to express yourself, especially if it's a platform that nobody will criticize you. You know, there's some platform that if you go against what the person handling the platform, if you go against his views, you are in problem. You know, but yeah, you are free to hear your views, right? It doesn't matter who you support, it doesn't matter who you are against. The principle is just don't abuse people, don't curse people, don't insult people's destiny, don't insult people's father and mother. That's the main principle here. But let's look at this. Nigeria at 64. Because I try to make this very brief. I have a lot of things ahead of me. Tomorrow is a great day for me. It's my birthday tomorrow, October 2nd. Glory be to God. I thank God for life. I thank God for everything. It's been a wonderful journey of life. So I try to make this as brief as possible. But despite being a long day and I have a lot to catch up with, I'm like, okay, let me politic a bit with my people. Nigeria at 64. How do we see Nigeria at 64? Nigeria at 64 is like, let me use it as a human being. When, imagine you have a 64-year-old man, or you have a 64-year-old woman, or look here around you, look in your environment. That person that is 64 years old, look at your family. Look at that man or woman that is 64 years old. Is he your dad? Is he your mom? Is he your aunt? You will see that most times when you look around you, that 64 usually reflecting the people that you are seeing around you. For instance, some of you that are watching me, is either, God bless you, Fidelis Michael, I see you. God bless you, great to have you. You know, please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you are yet to. If you are watching me for the first time, subscribe to this channel. Let's always make it happen. Now, if you look around you, 64 years. When you look at people around you, we know we have people that have failed at 64. But I'm sure if you look around, if you look at maybe your family, one of your big uncle, big aunt at 64, you will see that 64 reflecting in them, right? You will see that 64 reflecting in their life. You know, Akintunde says his battery is like, I think you are watching me from Nigeria, Akintunde. That's the Nigerian pattern. Subscribe to this channel if you are yet to. God bless you. Akintunde, find a way to charge your phone. God bless you, my brother. You can also rewatch it later. It's always there on YouTube, right? So if you look at people that are 64 around you, you will see that 64 in their life. You will see the presence of that 64, that you have been existing on earth for 64 years. Number one, you are not a baby. Number two is, if you want to take the North as an example, whereby people marry at the age of 13, as low as 13 years. So somebody should please help me. Let's imagine that everybody in Nigeria's lineage are females, and they are getting married at the age of 13 years. Help me divide 64 by 13. Somebody should help me quickly. Divide 64 divided by 13. I'm sure you still have more than 5. It will be like 5 or something like that. So what that means is that if you are, somebody should help me with that arithmetic, please. 64 divided by 13, because we have people that marry at the age of 13 in northern Nigeria. So if you marry at the age of 13, and everybody in your family, you are just giving birth to female, you marry, all your child are female. You marry again, they too marry, all their child are female. They too marry, all their child are, because I'm thinking in my head that will a 13-year-old boy, will his semen be matured enough to produce a baby? I'm not sure. That's why I'm using female. So if everybody is 13, that means that by now a 64-year-old man will be a great grandmother, grandmother, great grandmother, great grandmother, great grandmother. So if Nigeria is qualified to be, you guys should stick with me because this thing is going to be very brief, right? And subscribe to this channel if you are here to. I want to really make it brief because I have a day ahead of me. Tomorrow is my birthday. I don't want to spend much time here and be politicking too much, but let me just drop some vibes for you guys. So if Nigeria is qualified to be a great grandmother, if Nigeria is qualified to be a great grandmother, by that analogy that I just made, you now imagine that if Nigeria qualified to be a great grandmother, that means that by now, if Nigeria is a human being, Nigeria would have had a wrinkled face somehow. If you say a 64-year-old man, his face cannot be like my own or your own. It would have some wrinkles, right? That means that Nigeria would have had gray hair, 1 or 2 gray hair. Follow me quickly. Nigeria would have had 1 or 2 gray hair, right? Now, despite having a wrinkled face, having a gray hair, if at 64, that means that Nigeria will be 1 year to retire. If Nigeria is a human being, Nigeria will have, if you are watching me, please like this video. Try and show some love. Just click the like button, like this video, it helps. So if Nigeria is 64, that means that by next year, when Nigeria will be 65, if Nigeria is a human being, that means Nigeria will be old enough to retire because the retirement age is 65 years. Follow me. I've said Nigeria would have had, if Nigeria is a human being, I've given you 4 points. Offhand. Nigeria, according to how they marry in the north, Nigeria will be a great grandmother. Is qualified to at 64 years. If everybody in Nigeria's family is a female and they are getting married at the age of 13. At 64, Nigeria would have had, if Nigeria is a human being, would have had some wrinkled face at 64. At 64, Nigeria would have had some white hair, some gray hair at 64. At 64, Nigeria would have been old enough to retire. Nigeria would have been planning for retirement if Nigeria is a human being, because the retirement age is, for most organizations, is 65 years. I've given you those 4 examples. Those are the little that comes to mind. If you are watching me for the first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. So if Nigeria is qualified for all that, but at 64, if you look at Nigeria as a human being, we are using Nigeria now that Nigeria is a human being. That's the best analogy I can use. But when you see a human being that has lived 54 years, but you do not see that relevance of that 64 in that human being. For instance, look for a 64-year-old man around you. That person will either have a car or have a house or maybe have some good clothes. There must be something to show that this person have lived 64 years. I'm not up to 64. I'm not near 64. God bless that person for liking this video. If you are watching me, please like this video, subscribe to this channel if you are here to. I'm not near 64. But at least if I look back at my life, as tomorrow will be my birthday, if I look back at my life, at least there are still things I can point to that, the little I've used on earth is not a waste. At least I can see the impact to the glory of God. Right? And Nigeria at 64, you cannot see the relevance of that 64 in Nigeria. Now, what is independence? Independence means that you are operating freely. You are now a free country. That means that you can do your resources the way you like. You can spend your money the way you like. You can live your life the way you like. For some of you that are not political or that are not sitting in a political class, independence is you are now, when you leave your family, when you are under your parents, we can say you are still under one rule. I would like to say colonial rule. But when you rent your own house, you are now on your own. You can say, you are now independent, because you can decide when to sweep your room. You can decide when to sleep, when to wake up. Nobody is commandeering you. So we can use independence in that regard. But if somebody have had his freedom for 64 years, and that person if you look at that person, there's no relevance of 64. And I'm going somewhere. Follow me. You know, if you are watching me, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. At 64, Nigeria is like a 64-year-old man that is crawling. When you see a 64-year-old man, you know a 64-year-old man maybe should qualify to have crawl, walk, run, and now maybe be using walking stick. Maybe not. But when you see a 64-year-old that is still crawling, a 64-year Sam Oyekwere, God bless you, my brother. Sam is an elderly person. Sam, I think, you should be in your 60s, right? Am I correct? Now, let me use Sam as an example. Sam came at the right time. Sam told me he has 2 master's degrees. Sam told me he's in the US. Sam said on this platform that he has been in the US for many years, for decades. Sam, welcome. Let me use you as an example. You came at the right time. Sam says, yes, so okay. Let me use Sam as, as that Sam is in his 60s. If you look at the life of Sam, I don't know Sam. If he walks past me, I can't identify him. He has been seeing me every day. I've not seen him for once. You understand? So I've not seen him before. But at least from what he has been able to say, you still see the relevance of the 64 in his life. Sam is over 60. So you still see that impact of 60 because Sam said he has 3 companies in US, in Nigeria. And Sam is not the japa because he said he used to come to Nigeria once in every 2 years or every year, something like that. So what am I trying to say is, God forbid, imagine Sam that is in his 60s, that has 2 master's degree, that has 3 companies in Nigeria, that is an employer of labor. Imagine Sam that have maybe a US passport. Sam that is now, living large, living fine, to the best of his ability, impacting in people's life. God forbid. Imagine the enemy of Sam at over 60 now still crawling. Do you know what it means? That for somebody to still be crawling, you haven't even walked, not to talk of run. You understand? You are not even running, crawling. That is exactly how Nigeria is. So when you look at the life of Nigeria at 64, that word 64 should reflect in the life of Nigeria. There should be things that you will point to that. Okay, at 64, for instance, I'll give you an example. I was on air today for a particular TV, and I joined the analysis virtually. So it was a panel of 4, and one of us was maybe a 70-year-old man or something like that, and he was a former commissioner in one of the states in the southwest. So when they asked him about Nigeria, he said, "Oh, Nigeria." He was trying to rationalize our infrastructure as regards growth and development. I was watching him. I was looking. I stayed calm. So after he spoke, they brought me in. And what I started with is, if you say growth and development, they are synonyms word. They are synonymous. If you say growth, you can say development. So the man now made a mistake of using academic. He was trying to use university. And I'm on the panel as an academic. And I said, no, sir, with profound respect, it is a wrong analogy. Maybe you belong to the political class that you benefited from Nigeria. And looking at you, you should be close to 70. Ordinarily, I don't know you, but the 70 reflects in your life. See your white native. See your face. You are looking fresh. You have rose to become a former commissioner. If you are watching me for the first time, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. I have over 50 people watching me. Just 3 likes. Sam, have you liked this video? All of you that you are watching me, like this video. God bless you. Subscribe if you are here too. So I said, I can see the relevance of the 60. I can see the relevance of you being 70 over 70. I can see it in your life. For you to become a commissioner of a state, it takes grace. But if you are now saying Nigeria should celebrate because at least we have more universities. Where I was seated, I didn't know. It's as if they flogged me cane. I'm like, Alaye, what are you saying? What are you saying, bros? Eh? If you are saying Nigeria at 10, and being a Southwest politician, you know that naturally there will be either the political godson or the political grandchild of Bola Tinubu, the president. So it is normal for the man to want to mince words. It's normal because if you're a politician in the Southwest, I've analyzed you are either the son, the political son of Tinubu, or you are the political grandchild. Some are even great grandchild. And I gave you guys an example of Dapo Abiodun, the Eleyi of Ogun State. That if the Eleyi of Ogun State is your godfather and he make you a senator or a House of Representative member, and you are there in the Senate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is not your political godfather. No, he's your political grandfather. Because he is the godfather to the likes of Eleyi, Dapo Abiodun, the Eleyi of Ogun State. Now, so I won't really fault the man because he may be under the political something of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But I said, if Nigeria is 10 years and you are saying, oh, glory to God that we have university now, I can allow it to fly that, okay, 10 years, maybe the colonialists were so bad that they didn't give us enough universities. Now we have enough universities to match our population. Even we don't have enough universities. If all Nigerians want to be educated up to university level, we don't still have enough universities. Private and public, we don't have. I can tell you that for free. We don't have enough university. We don't have enough educational infrastructure. We don't have enough resource persons in our universities. But that's for another day. So if you not say Nigeria has enough universities, no, sir, you are wrong. If at Nigeria at 10, you are saying Nigeria have enough universities, maybe I can allow you, sir. But at 64, you shouldn't be talking about Nigeria having enough universities. You should be talking about accessibility, affordability, and quality of education. Accessibility, affordability, and quality of education. All these three are not there. Accessibility is not. Go to the rural areas. Go to the rural states. You get what I'm saying? Affordability is not there. When you increase the price of school fees in Nigerian universities, just a moment, people. When you increase the price of school fees in Nigerian universities to about over 400,000 naira, accessibility is not there. Quality, all this repeat after me system, copy and paste. Nigerian university, you don't graduate with first class because you are intelligent. You graduate with first class because you know how to cram. Quote me as an academic. Some of you that are university graduates, most of the thing they teach you, you go and read. You come back and you cram. You go to the exam hall, you pour it down. If you know how to cram well, maybe you get first class or 2-1, which is second class upper. So I call it a photocopy kind of system. I call it a repeat after me kind of system. You don't need that much intelligence. But if you are to do research, empirical research, Pure research. If you have to do critical review, then your intelligence would have been well tested. So I said, no, sir. The education system is not correct. Right now, we should be talking about affordability, accessibility, and quality. At some point, the man was just looking like this. He was like, hope it's not a mistake that they brought this Deji to the panel today. You know? So if you are 64 and there's no evidence of 64 in your life as a human being, then there's a problem. If at 64 you have only managed to build one house, you still try. Not everybody will get big money. But if you've had so many opportunities, it's a problem. You know? Sam is saying, when I left Nigeria in 1978, Nigeria had only 7 universities of high standard compared to universities in the Western world, and most times considered as a much higher quality. He also said, we were all given Nigerian flag as elementary school children. I attended the October 1st Independence Celebration Parade. I saw Ahmadu Bello, Sadana of Sokoto in Kaduna, and at the race course. You know, Sam, you should be calling me on a day like this. So you should be calling me on WhatsApp to come and tell people, to come and tell them about Nigeria. You shouldn't be in the comment section. You should be calling me on WhatsApp. But thanks for sharing your wisdom with us. I told some of you. In fact, you should be calling Sam, Uncle. I'll be sanctioning you guys. You should be Uncle Sam. But the truth is, if at 64, Nigeria is still crawling. It hasn't even yet worked. I don't know what's wrong, you know. People don't want me to speak today, but I lie. If Nigeria at 64 is still crawling, then it leaves much to be desired and much to be concerned. So when we say happy independence, we need to look at, okay, the word happy is used when there is celebration. Then we look at Nigeria, that is there anything to celebrate? I looked at it and I realized that we can say Nigeria is of chains and in chains. Nigeria is of chains and in chains. Follow me carefully. This of chains and in chains is a whole lecture on its own. But I'll just summarize it. I'll just give you the juice. The 1884 Berlin Conference. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. The 1884 Scramble and Partition for Africa, where they put African map on the table like cake and they were sharing it. It is where you cut in that cake that will be your territory in Africa. So Britain was there, France was there, Belgium was there, lot of them. You know the way if you want to celebrate birthday, the way you cut cake, that's how they were cutting it, like cake. So it is where you cut that is your territory in Africa. But I think that UK sabi cut, or maybe UK get big hand, or UK they greedy. UK and France, now then cut pass. So after that, you see that they came into Africa and they exploited Africa Nigeria among you guys remember series of things. It was in different phases: slave trade, colonialism. Let me not go into the details of all that for want of time. So if you now gain independence, for me, I think the word gaining of independence, I think the British used it carefully, because if you are a nation, should you gain independence? I'm just thinking of it now. You can gain independence, or let me say you can gain some right from God. But if you come and say, okay, take, you are now independent, is it really the right word to use? I'm just thinking about it now. But let us just go with the flow, that independence. And you say you are an independent country. But since you gained that independence, everything has been terrible. I think before independence, the naira was, I think, even more strong than the dollar. But now, 1 naira, you will need about 1,700 for 1 naira. And somebody like Sam can help to affirm that over the years there has been like a downturn. Things have been going from bad to worse to worst to super worst, extraordinary worst, and it keeps going like that. So for me, Nigeria at 64, this is not a blame of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not ruled Nigeria for 64 years. He has not ruled Nigeria for 64 years. So it would be unfair to me to blame Tinubu for where Nigeria is at 64. No. It will be unfair of me. Though you can now say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. You can say Bola Ahmed Tinubu made Nigeria worse than ever imagined. That I can agree with you. But you cannot unilaterally blame Tinubu for where Nigeria is today. If Nigeria, as it is now, you can say, oh, Tinubu made it worse than imagined, because in the history of Nigeria, petrol has always been, since they created Nigeria, it has always moved up till you get to, I think, 185 before Buhari got there. But today, it is 8 something, 9 something. If since the creation of Nigeria, the price of petrol has been below 200, and you are there within a year and a half, not up to a year and a half, and it has moved from less than 200 to almost 900. No, that means that you are not responsible for where Nigeria is, but you have made the life of the people worse than they ever imagined, than you ever met it. If a country has been existing for 63 years, and for that 63 years, the price of petrol is 185, and you got there in less than a year and a half, and that price suddenly skyrockets to 8 something, 9 something, 1,000 something, depending on your location, we should ask ourselves that what is going on? What is the problem? Why is it like this? If we are to say why it is like this, then we can now begin to either make you part of the problem or exonerate you. But then I saw a picture of the president with Abacha when Abacha was head of state. He was behind Abacha. I think in that picture there is Abiola, there is Abacha. Some of you would have seen that picture. So that means that either which way, you've been part of the ruling class. You may not be at the seat, at the driver's seat, but you've always been part of the ruling class. If you are a senator before 1999, if you are a senator and 1999 you are a governor, political leader of the Southwest, national leader of the ruling party, you are able to dethrone a president and install another president, and at the end of the day you are able to install yourself as president. We may not blame you because you are not on the driver's seat, but we cannot totally exonerate you because you are part of the ruling class. But because you are not on the driver's seat, we can say, okay, he's not the one there. But if we are to use your own tenure alone, wahala dey o. That's why when I was asked on media that what will I score Tinubu, I said if I want to be a fair examiner, if I want to be generous, if I want to be kind, I'll score him 3/10. 3/10 is me being nice, me being generous, me being fair with my marks. If not, I won't score him more than 1 or 1.5. You know, if you are removing fuel subsidy and you say subsidy is a scam, and you push the body to ordinary Nigerians, and you cannot show me the scammers, you cannot show me the fraudsters. If I give you mark for removing fuel subsidy, which I think every government subsidizes one way or the other, but if I give you kudos for removing fuel subsidy, for failing to provide the fraudsters or the scammers, that reduces the marks. So if you earn marks, you have also earned a reduction. So by the time I aggregate it, it can't score more than 3. If you say, I feel your pain, I know what you are passing through, and you go and buy Escalade, you go and buy aeroplane, you use 21 billion for Shetima, First Lady got hundreds of millions for her travel something, that reduced the marks. So if you score him high, it will do something that will naturally make you, when you put it on aggregate, that reduce the marks. That's the truth. It reduced the marks. So on aggregate, that I want to be generous, that I want to be a good guy, that I'm in a happy mood, I can't score Tinubu more than 3. If you say that Wike gave a statement, Wike on Channels TV when he was called, he said, I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say this, but let me just say it, that when Tinubu came to office, he met a dead finance, dead economy, but it's just that we don't usually just like to speak about it. For failing to speak about it, that reduced the marks. Because I know the way you were screaming when they got power from Goodluck Jonathan. All you were screaming is PDP created rot, PDP created rot. Okay, with all the rot, fuel was 185. Now there's no rot, Abi. 8 something. That reduced the marks. You don't understand? That reduced the marks. If you are watching me and you are here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. God bless you. That itself reduced the marks. If you truly met a corrupt system, if you truly met some infractions, and you fail to account for it for the sake of political correctness, that reduced the marks. It reduced the marks. If the Buhari government is a failure, but you come there, you now try to play only than that just because he hand over power to you, that means that you are not sincere. When you get to the stage of presidency, you should have your your sincerity quotient should be of pass mark, so that your sincerity quotient is below the pass mark. And if your sincerity quotient is below the pass mark, that means your integrity quotient would naturally be most likely below the pass mark. That reduces the marks. It reduces the marks. So if I'm a fair examiner that I'm in happy mood, I can't score Tinubu more than 3. In fact, a lot of people are doing great things in Nigeria. Great things. People are doing so many things. We have military men that have lost their arms and leg. We have policemen that have died in the line of duty. Recently in Edo, when politicians that were behaving like spoiled children, when they killed a police officer, you want to give national award. You cannot announce the name of any ordinary Nigerian that has done any giant stride, that have made any landmark. You only announce the name of politicians. And politicians are in charge of the governance in the country. For the country to be the way it is, and those politicians that you mentioned have been in charge one way or the other, whether at the state level or at the local government level or at the federal level, and Nigeria is the way it is, it shows that definitely all of you have failed. If you have ever ruled Nigeria before, and Nigeria is the way it is today, you have nothing to proud of. You are a failure. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because if you go to those countries that you run to for healthcare, that you put your children to go and school, is that how those countries is? If that's how those countries, if the leaders of those countries are like some of Nigerian leaders at the state, at the local government, at the federal government level, will you send your child to those countries? If those leaders were like you won't go to those countries. You won't go to those countries. You won't send your child you won't go to those countries for medical tourism. That's the truth. So that itself reduces the marks. In all sincerity, if an Igbo man score Bodabola 3%, they will say, oh, he's obedient. Okay. Me, I'm a Yoruba man. I've scored him 3. If you disagree with me, come forward. You think because I'm wearing this, make sure you are very intelligent before you come forward. Even if you are a minister, make sure you are very intelligent too. Come for debate. Come. YouTube can carry 2 people. I can add another person to my life that people will be watching. Come for debate. If you are watching me, you believe that what I'm saying is wrong. You've not scored Tinubu fairly. Come for debate. And make sure you come prepared. Don't come and embarrass yourself. Come for debate. If you are somebody in government, come forward. Let us do it together. Let us feel ourselves. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. God bless you. So, if it will be unfair to blame Tinubu for where Nigeria is today, because Tinubu has not been in charge of Nigeria for 64 years. I like to say the truth, I would like to say the truth. Dubiola Dimeji says, I disagree with you that I will naturally score Tinubu 0.1. You are not generous, so you are not generous, so you are a wicked examiner. Dubiola Dimeji, I think you are watching me for the first time. The uncle of our platform, Samuel Ekure, have been dropping a lot of comment back to back. Let me take some of Sam's comment. He says, when I left Nigeria in 1970, okay, I think I've taken that. Don Silvevo, I see you. Don Silvevo is saying don't see, they drop any comment. You just say I'm present, I'm here. Is that how to politic? Sam says, I was privileged to see the following people alive: Dr. Nanda Zikwe, Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Sir Ahmadu Bello, Awolowo, Akitola Okotiebo, Mike Okpara, Akanu Ibiam, Chukwuma Nzeogu. Nzeogu, the same one of Nzeogu Kub, right? And he says, I also met Odumegu Ojukwu, General Gowon, Sir Dennis Osadebe, Ene Oro, I don't think it's that correct, General Effion, General, yeah, he said, I saw the above listed people because Kaduna was the center of politics in northern Nigeria and the hub of Nigerian military installations, and my parents were military officers in the Nigerian army. God bless you, the uncle of our platform. Sam, I've given you a title. You are the uncle of our platform. God bless you, sir. Great to have you. Your parents are military officers. The military is not the same today, but that's another talk for another day, you know. So, Donsi says, I have lots to say, but I'm good in observations before comment. But the truth remains, Nigeria has nothing to celebrate today, and Nigeria is a shame currently. Well, the truth is that that's the freedom of this platform. You have anything to say, nobody they owe you. You understand? This is not like the regulated media that, you know, you cannot drop some comment, and it's understandable. You know, the media is highly regulated, but yeah, if you drop it, now me they read them out, you know, and that's according to you. Say Nigeria is a shame currently. Well, I don't know, but the truth is, if you look at it, I cannot say I want to blame Tinubu for where Nigeria is today. No, Tinubu has not governed Nigeria for 64 years. But for the large part of that 64 years, Abacha was the military head of state in 1994, right? So 1994 minus 2004, that is 30 years. Am I correct? Somebody help me. That's 30 years. 30 minus 64. Let's do some arithmetic. No, it's not. I'm not correct, self. I need to correct myself. Tinubu was a senator, I think, during Shagari period. Right? Obasanjo handed over to Shagari. Then before they took over from Shagari. So, if Tinubu was a senator during the time of Gowon, look at that year. For you to be a senator, you will be rolling with governors for you to represent 1/3 of a state. If you are a senator, you'll be sitting in the National Assembly. You're already a big boy. That's the truth. You're already within the power block. So if you are to, somebody should help me. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a senator, which year was that? Under this Shagari, help me minus it, minus 64. Somebody should do little arithmetic for me, please. If you want to politic, you have to be participatory. Not that you just be looking. No, you have to be engaging. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, God bless you. Please subscribe to this channel. This is Politik with Dr. Omosholadeji. Dr. Omosholadeji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science. And what we do here is we discuss about politics and happenings in the polity. Yes, this is the day the Lord has made. And like I say, we will politik and be glad in it, right? And EDP, this is not a platform where you drop bad comments, so I'm tempted to remove you for life. Okay, I'm tempted to just ban you from this platform, but with the offend God they forgive us. So let me just leave you with a last warning. Yeah, we learn, okay? We learn. So if you are dropping a comment, let it. This one is mad, okay? Bye. Sorry. You know. So you see that for me, if you have been a senator since that year, that means Tinubu has been in the leadership of Nigeria one way or the other. I've been rolling with leaders in Nigeria. If you're opportune to take a picture with Abacha, Abiola, and you guys are walking freely like friends, you know, that means that you are a big boy. So let's say approximately, give or take, 40 years, right? So if you have been in the saddle for 40 years, one cannot totally blame you. But when we are blaming people, you too, you will be blamed one way or the other. Especially if there is no record of you distinguishing yourself. In fairness to the president, You know, we have issues like, bullion van, all these things that affect our electoral system. So if we are to blame, we cannot exonerate the president. Though we cannot fully blame him because the box does not stop at his table. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Okay? So you now see that if you are rolling with the politicians for 40 years, we can't exonerate you. But the truth remains that if we don't want to include you, let's just leave you at, say, 2023. If the loaf of bread in that 2023, the loaf of normal sliced bread is 500 naira before you took power, and now the loaf of bread is 1,800, that means that for all the existence of Nigeria, since when Nigeria have been existing for 63 years, the price of bread have been increasing, but with all the increment, it was at 500. The price of petrol had been increasing. With all the increment, it was at 185. But you took power 1 year, 4 months, and petrol will go to 800 and something. If that is how all these people has been, if that is how all these people have been, how do I put it, have been increasing it, Nigeria would have been finished by now. So we cannot totally blame him, but we blame him significantly because things got super worst under him. The uncle of our platform, Samuel Ekwere, says, my mom was the head of all military officers' wives in 44 Battalion in Kaduna, and she participated in welcoming Queen Elizabeth in 1959. Imagine, they don't see Sam, they don't see her and give CON, or they give your mom posthumous award, because I'm sure she's late now, or they give her posthumous award. They don't see that person give, or maybe mommy is still alive, safe. Make her not talk about him. Mommy is still, she feel get grace, so she can be about 100 years old, or maybe 90 something. It's possible she can still be alive. Yeah, of course, it's possible. They don't see those kind of people award that they give Akpabio. Unapologetic revolution, I say Tinubu have been in politics for 30, not 40 years. I disagree, sir. I disagree. You said has been in politics. Let me quote you according to your word. Has been in politics. Bam. When Shehu Shagari ruled, I want to teach some of us how to think strategically, right? I'm coming on. I want to bring out something on my phone. If you are president of Nigeria, Shehu Shagari ruled from 1st of October 1979 to 31 September 1983, right? Now, let me now Google when was Bola Ahmed Tinubu a senator. I knew when he was a senator, but I want to just prove out something about how to think politically. When was Bola Tinubu a senator? They used to call him Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I want some of you to be flowing along with me. That's why I'm putting this. He was in office in 5 September 1992 to 17 November 1993 for Lagos West. Okay. Now, that's 1992. 1992 minus, I don't have calculator on this one, It's on this phone that I'm using. 1992 to 2024 is naturally over 30 years, right? That is 1994 to 2024 is 30 years. Now, he was a senator in 1992. Don't forget that before you become a senator, there are some political gymnastics that would have been occurring before you become a senator. For instance, this Abiru, the latest senator from Lagos State, before he became that senator, he would have been participating in politics. Abiru may have been queuing rather. Before he became that, he may have queued for like 5 or 10 years or 12 years. He may have been interested in being that senator. He may have been on the queue since the days of when Ghost, Daniel Olarewaju Solomon, was a senator. So, to quote your word, my brother, unapologetic revolutionary, you said has been in politics. If you have said in power, maybe I would have said, okay, in fact, maybe it's not even up to that. You know? But in politics, you need to consider the behind the scene. Before you become a senator, you must have done some politicking back and forth. So if you say, okay, 1992, that is 32 years, right? Till now, 32 years. For the election to be conducted, everything, if you had it to it, the pre something, for him to be a senator, he must have been in the political circle. Those political guys, they must have, like, for instance now, Fubara did not just become a governor. Let me tell you, Sanwo-Olu has been occupying one political office or the other in Lagos State since about 1999. Go and do the research. Sanwo-Olu has always, Dapo Abiodun has been loyal since Gbenga Daniel's years, when Gbenga Daniel was governor. In fact, I saw a video when they were doing rally. The video that Gbenga Daniel was showing his head from, that particular video, one of the persons sitting on the roof of that car was Dapo Abiodun. So if you want to say Dapo Abiodun is in politics, that means that he is a governor today. But in politics, that means you need to go back to the days of Gbenga Daniel, because what is he doing there? It's in politics. So if you look at when Tinubu has been in politics, it will be up to 40 years, not 30. I disagree with you on unapologetic revolution. For instance, you now want to say, oh, because Tinubu is president, now that's when he is actively involved in politics. No, Tinubu has been queuing for this thing for years. He has been doing his permutation. You know, go and bring Buhari, put Buhari. When Buhari was president, Tinubu was running etasketa all over the place, seeing the northern leaders, the key stakeholders. He knows that the southwest is his conquered territory. He was aligning with the north. During Salah period, person way Buhari no give ram, Tinubu go give am ram. It is that he just became president in one day. No, he has been doing that politics before he was able to emerge president. If Tinubu give it to him, he knows what Nigeria wants. He knows that Nigeria, atenuje, ijekuje, covetousness is too much in Nigeria. And Tinubu is a giver. He's a giver. Tinubu is the type that this thing that I put water inside, maybe it's not more than, if I have to put it in a, maybe, I don't know, maybe a few thousands of naira. If Tinubu needs this thing, Tinubu can afford to say, DG, this thing is very instrumental for me. I want to buy it 500 million naira. That's who Tinubu is. He doesn't know the amount that they don't spend. He doesn't know the amount that he cannot give you. He's a giver. And when also a giver, Nigerians, forget you can conquer them. What did Fayose used to conquer Ekiti people? Just water. He was just giving water. That's what he used to conquer Ekiti people. So all these leaders, Tinubu made you governor. Tinubu made you senator. You owe him a debt of gratitude when he wants to come. That's why you see that Amosun will step down. Godswill Akpabio will step down. It was Tinubu that brought Godswill Akpabio to limit the power of Amechi. You know, Amechi is the only strong politician from the Niger Delta. And these people, they know themselves. He knows that Amechi will want to be president. And he wants a balance of force in the Niger Delta side. That's why he went to go and recruit Akpabio to give Amechi like a balance of force in the Niger Delta. He didn't know that a Wike will be vulnerable. He didn't know that a Wike, if you throw him biscuit, you understand, he's gone. He thought, Wike, this one is super PDP guy, yo. This one is, unapologetic PDP guy. Say, forget, Wike case closed. If not, if he knows that Wike can be bought with biscuit, maybe he would have gone for Wike at that time, not even Akpabio. So let's give it to Tinubu. Like I usually say, I don't hate anybody. I don't like anybody. But Tinubu is a giver. You see that giving? That giving is the problem of Nigerian politicians. For instance, of course, anybody knows it is audible to the deaf and visible to the blind. Like the biblical handwriting on the wall in Daniel 5:25, mene teke opasen. That Oshibajo is super intelligent than Tinubu. You cannot. It's like comparing darkness to light in terms of intelligence. You can't compare the intelligence of Oshibajo as a short reach to Tinubu. Oshibajo can speak off script. He can articulate his words. You dare not allow to on swearing day, with profound respect to Bodabola, the little time that he used to go off script was when he was just Messiani. He said, "Oh, first subsidy gone." Who sent you? He didn't have plan for it. Oh. He went off script. Go and watch that video. He went off script. The little time that he went off script, for instance, the people that prepared the speech of Bodabola said, "Oh, the president will not take action without consulting." If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. Okay, I have over 100 people watching me and just only 6 likes. Please, if you are watching me, please like this video. It is other people that have been liking my videos that make YouTube recommend it to you. Please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. This is Polithink with Dr. Omosholadeji. Dr. Omosholadeji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where you get the best analysis. I don't like anybody. I don't hate anybody. You understand? I don't like Tinubu. I don't hate Tinubu. I don't like Atiku. I don't hate Atiku. I don't like Obi. I don't hate Obi. I don't like Showore. I don't hate Showore. My regular viewers will tell you, I'm that political scientist that you cannot hate, you cannot like. You understand? So for me, Tinubu is a giver. And Nigerian politicians, I call Tinubu a gamer. Nigerian politicians are game boys. That's the best way to do. Tinubu is a gamer. He knows the game. And Nigerian politicians are game boys. That's why they cannot give somebody like Oshibajo, despite all his intelligence, a chance. No. Because Tinubu has already programmed himself. Most of these people, if they have court case, and you are the opposition and you don't have money, it's Tinubu that you will run to. The likes of Oshiomole, the likes of Aregbesola, the likes of Kayode Fayemi, it's Tinubu that made these people. So he has invested. That investment is what he is reaping. And that's why they cannot allow, despite the fact that Oshibajo is more intelligent, you cannot compare Oshibajo. Don't even dare try to compare Oshibajo to Tinubu. The intelligence, be here, is incomparable. So, for me, I think Nigeria's problem is beyond Tinubu, but Tinubu himself is a failure. Is a failure. For me, a monumental one. In fact, the word I use is Tinubu is a disappointment. And I'm being truthful to myself. You understand? If you like, you can say DSS, go and carry him. That's your problem. Where is Abacha today? Gone. Jonathan was in power. DSS served him. Today, Jonathan cannot command DSS when Tinubu is speaking. Buhari, DSS served him. Today, DSS cannot issue DSS command without the acknowledgement of Tinubu. So I will not see the truth and say no. If you promise renewed hope and you are giving no place, then you are a failure. It's the truth. You fail, you pass. There's no middle ground. There's neither pass nor fail. No. It's either you fail or you pass. So, and if I'm to rate you, and I say I'll give you 3/10, that's a failure. You fail. But the truth is, give it to him with profound respect to him. I don't hate him, I don't like him, but he knows the game. How much do Tinubu want to spend to destabilize Labour Party? He cannot spend 1 billion, and he has the money. You know? And he has the money. You know? Running man, I have to remove you from this platform. Sorry, eh? When you come to a platform like this, you know how to speak. Okay? Big game, I see you. God bless you, sir. Chemtrex. Great guy. Great to have you. So, running man, I have to remove you. You said, sup, my men scam. Who they follow you, do scam. Bye-bye. No be me go teach you morals. That's left for your parent and pastor. So if they fail, no be me go come they teach you morals. No. You know? So Tinubu cannot spend 1 billion before he destabilize Labour Party. And the people in PDP now, they are hungry. So before you know it, he may eventually have his way because he knows the game. He knows the game. But Nigeria at 64. How has he feared under Tinubu? Ibado. Ibado. I no go lie to you. Truth be told, the man may mean well. But Abola may mean well. Let's be sincere with ourselves. The man may mean well. But the problem is, when you don't want to let go of your rights, when you don't want to let go of your rights, for instance, you see that during Obasanjo enjoyed himself as president. I'm telling you some of where Bodabola got it wrong. When Obasanjo was president, he enjoyed his time. You know, the luxury of office were provided for him. If you are watching me for the first time or you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. The luxury of office was available for him. Everything he needed. Nigeria has money. Yaradua, Nigeria has money. This guy, Jonathan, Nigeria has money. But during your own time, you have become president. Before you became president, God has blessed you. You went to Osun State and said, Elole Nigon, how much do you have? Do you know what you will have before you can go to a state and say, how much does a whole state have? Osun is equivalent to some African state. So before you say how much does a whole state have, that means you see that you are richer or your net worth is more than that, the money of that state. So in other words, you'll be right to say the president is richer than some African countries. Some African countries are so poor they don't have anything. So if God has blessed you to that extent, and whether you snatch it, whether you grab it, whether you run away with it, whether you won the election legitimately, it's up to you and your God on Judgment Day. That's none of my business. But getting to that stage, there's something we call statesmanship. Statesmanship is when you go home and there's only one cup of garri, and you know that this cup of garri will not be enough for even the children to eat. And you say, no, eat it. And they say, Daddy, come and join. Let us manage it together. You say, no, I've eaten. That in my office today, my friend did birthday. You know, I was given rice. So me, I'm already okay. It's a lie, yo. You see that some of our mothers did this thing when we were young. It's a lie. They haven't eaten. But they just want to be a true mother or a true father. That is being statesmanly. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please take a moment to click the subscribe button. You are Politinking with Dr. Omosoladeji. Dr. Omosoladeji holds a PhD in political science, and we are discussing politics and happenings in the polity. Where else can you be on an evening like this? It's not to be with a political scientist, whereby we are discussing the independence of Nigeria. Tomorrow is my birthday anyway, October 2nd, and you can see my balloon. Before I came back, they've decorated house. No be me do am. I just found it there. Decoration everywhere. But that's why my birthday being October 2nd, right? I'm still here Politinking with you guys. So if you're watching me for the first time, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification button. It's just it's less than 1 hour. I was born in Nigeria, and it's less than 1 hour, about 30 minutes to October 2nd in Nigeria. So I thank God for life. Glory be to God. But the truth is, if you want to be a true father, you need to understand that naturally God has blessed you. You cannot be governor of Lagos State with the kind of politics we play. You are governor of Lagos State. You are governor of Lagos State. You are the political godfather in the southwest, and you've ruled. You've dined with the kings and princes in Nigeria. God has blessed you. Before you became president, you have a private jet. You are not like poor Jonathan that doesn't have shoe. You are not like poor Buhari that doesn't have money for form. In fact, you contested your election without going around with begging bowl. If they want to contest presidential election, they will say, governors, donate, this, that. Did you hear Tinubu scream, donate? He's well prepared. He has the money. This guy said, Dele Momodu, he says Tinubu is stupendously rich. So in other words, God has what? Blessed you. Now, follow my analysis. I said Tinubu cannot be blamed for where Nigeria is because he has not ruled Nigeria for 64 years. But I've traced Tinubu's involvement in politics to about 35 years. So you cannot totally exonerate him. But even if we want to exonerate him, then the box does not stop at his table. Now, let us look at the past 1 year, 4 months. And that brings me to statesmanship. If God has blessed you to the level that you have a private jet, do you know what it means to have a private jet? Do you know what it means to, Temptress is tackling me that I should not keep saying God has blessed these criminals, No, it's just, when I say God has blessed you, it doesn't mean that it is God that blessed you. It's just a term that we are used to. You understand? For instance, I cannot say Satan has blessed you. While growing up, all through my growing up, what we are used to is, God bless you. God has blessed you. You understand? So it doesn't mean, of course, there are so many rich men in Nigeria that, some of them even did money ritual. Some killed their friend, contract, maybe money, a lot of things. So try and understand me, Chemche. God bless you, my brother. If you are watching me for the first time and you are yet to subscribe to this channel, do well to click the subscribe button so that you can continue to always Politintk with Dr. Omosoladeji. Dr. Omosoladeji is a political scientist with a PhD in political science, and this is where we make it happen as regards politics and happenings in the polity. Also, do well to like this video, and I want to see you regularly on this platform. You guys are letting our uncle now Politintk has an official uncle, Uncle Sam. You are letting Sam Oyekwere to dominate the platform. You are letting Chemtress. Where is all of you? You guys should come out and Politintk. Okay. Now, if you reach that level, God has blessed you. 1. 2. In a country of over 200 million, it is not by your power. It is not by your might for you to be president. Let's add another dimension to it. You may have all the See, Tinubu is not more connected than Abiola. You heard me right. Maybe somebody like our uncle Sam Oyekwere can testify to it. Tinubu was a friend to Babangida, all this Abacha. I stand to be corrected. They even said, you know, that Nigerian government is even owing Abiola money. I don't know how true that is. You understand? So, if you have reason, whether you steal it, whether you snatch it, whether you grab it, to the extent that you have become president, God has done well for you. Whether you steal it or snatch it or you won legitimately, give glory to God. You should have that fatherly vibe. You should have that state manliness. So if your political party did not perform well and you get there and you see that things are not right, there is no money, Alaye, Bodabola, truth has to be said, oh, you are my brother, oh. In fact, you are my big uncle. We are not related, though, but you are Yoruba man. But the truth is, in that regard, you have not done well. Escalade is not your problem. Let's be sincere with ourselves. What you could have given is leadership by example. Escalade is not your problem. Let's be sincere with ourselves. What you will use to fly. You understand? The plane or jet is not your problem. You already have one that is well serviced, that is functional, that is working fine before you became president. You already have one. That one, you can also decide that, okay, forget, I want to break protocol. Don't worry, I want to be using this my jet. Nigeria doesn't have money now. Imagine how Nigeria would have loved you. But Abola, I want Nigeria to love you, but you dey fuck up. Yeah. I wish I can come here now and say, but Abola, great guy. But if I say that, I won't be able to sleep because I know I've lied. Greatness is not by position, it's by impact. So God has blessed you already. Escalade is not your problem. Shetima, Aso Rock is very big, very, very big. If as big as Aso Rock is, if Shetima is your political next of kin, that if you die, I don't wish you should die, but if you die, Shetima will inherit you immediately, almost immediately. You see, one thing I learned about power is we need to be very, very careful. If you are a Christian, you are lucky. If you are a Muslim, you are not too lucky, but you are still lucky. I don't want to say you are unlucky. Because one day I was just politicking. I was politicking on my own. So as I was politicking, if you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. As I was politicking on my own, I just thought of it that, now wow, this life, sha. I was now looking at power. I think government did something. Government did something wrong, you know. Samuel, I'm seeing you for the first time. Have you subscribed to my channel? Do well to subscribe. Samuel, where have you been all this? I have not seen you before. Is it that you guys have been politicking and you are hibernating? If I want to give a word, if people like Chemtrex, Don Silvevo don't change. We don't they drop comments now. Before we just say I'm here. Hello, I'm present. You see now, Don Silvevo don't they deactive now. You don't they politic. That's why I said you don't need much intelligence. Just watch me. After a while, you smart on, bro. You must politic. So one day I was just politicking. You know, sometimes even as a scholar with a PhD and all the degrees, there are sometimes that some assertion will come not when you are doing research. Some assertion will come to you at your own quiet time. Because why? Even at your quiet time, what you will be thinking is that your expertise. For instance, if I want to read now, I'm either reading about politics, governance. If I'm doing research, it's either about politics, governance. Because why? I'm a political scientist. I can function as an analyst, research analyst, political consultant, different things. You know, brain tech, God bless you, I see you. You know. So I was just politicking and I thought that the way we do power in Nigeria. Now wow. If you are a Muslim, listen well, oh, my people. If you are a Muslim, you can be a living human being, a dead human being, a buried corpse, and food for the worms all in one day. Are you with me? Samuel Iken, I see you. God bless you. Are you with me at all? I will explain to you. Let me take some comment, you know. I love you guys. October 2nd is my birthday, but I decided to politic with you guys. Let me take some comments before I tell you my assertion, you know. Blessing Deba says, wow, he went to Oshun to say how much does his state has. Blessing. That one is old news now. You didn't know that during election. Blessing. Why are you not politically current? Blessing. Chemtrex says Nigeria has consistently retrogressed under the leadership of Buhari and Tinubu. Nigeria has always retrogressed. Let's be sincere with ourselves. It may not be worse like this during Jonathan, but if you compare Jonathan to Yar'Adua, it was still worse. If you compare Yar'Adua to Obasanjo, it was still worse. Just that if you rate it by percentage, Tinubu don't hit the roof now, over 100%. But successive Nigerian government has always been like that, sincerely. You know? Our uncle on politics, Samuel Oyekwere, says Bola Tinubu came to live in politics, came to life in politics in the 90s. Bola Tinubu was in Chicago State College with my cousin when I was in the university in Michigan in 1978. You see, say this life, you know, if you hide anywhere. Our uncle on politics, you see, say in cousin. Bola Tinubu do not even need the certificate. He just needs people like your cousin to come and testify that they sat in the same class together. That's what Nigerian, just to show evidence that you go to school, you know. Don Silvevo says happy birthday in advance. Big M, God bless all of you. And Blessing Deba says totally agree with you on the statesmanship. Tinubu should have passed the torch to somebody better and younger for the sake of the country's future. Happy birthday, God bless you, Blessing Deba. And Samuel Oyekwere says happy birthday, Dr. Dija. Many more happy years to come. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Chector says, why do you keep saying God has blessed these criminals who continue to transform state resources in a country that works? Tinubu would be in jail. I've not seen any past Nigerian leader that go to jail, unfortunately. And most of them are very terrible. Okay? And Oyafunke Ayanride, message retracted. Why now, Oyafunke, I want to hear from you. You don't necessarily need to agree with me. So don't be afraid that, you are not. So far, you are not abusing anybody. You understand? You are free to disagree with me. Okay? Oyafunke Ayanride, you don't need to retract your message, except if it is an abuse. Retract it by fire, so I won't have to remove you from this platform. But if you disagree with me, I won't remove you. No, I won't. You know. And Samuel Oyekwere says Bola Tinubu came to limelight through successful years of criminality and connect. More. Now they wicked, you. Now no just gonna give Bola chance. God is with us. TV is laughing. As it's true now, Bola. That's how I like to call him, Bola. Yes, now, Bola. You know that if you don't put Bola, they say, you are disrespecting the president. Alaye, what do you call Jesus Christ? Is Bola Tinubu up to Jesus Christ? What do you call Jesus Christ? You say Jesus. So you fear Tinubu, but you don't fear Jesus Christ. So that's why we say Bola. You know, in Africa, we are very respectful. That's why I've named our uncle here, Sam, the uncle of politics. We'll still give you an award, though, because he's our big uncle on politics. He usually give us all those wisdom. God bless you, Mr. Sam Oyekwere. I appreciate you. Don Silvevo says we all leave the earth someday, and Chemtrails, hospital, roads, electricity, and other infrastructure could have been built with all those stolen resources. You are responsible for every child that dies in Nigeria due to deplorable healthcare system. Sam says BAT was too fast to remove subsidy. The government in power then wanted to put up a supplementary for the remaining 6 months in that year. He didn't study the economy. And Don Silvevo says one thing is sure, money and power intoxicate. Sorry, we want to make more money. Chemtrack is saying every car wreck that happens in Nigeria due to bad roads, no electricity, is blood money, 100%. And Brain Tech is saying Dr. Dejapi Independence Day, and Samuel Ikena saying well done. Taiwo Yela, yeah, okay, God bless all of you. I see you. And Sam's view is saying in terms of Maduka said if we agree that Nigeria has failed, why we still say independence? I think if you say happy independence, it's just a nomenclature, right? I think it's just a social nomenclature. For instance, if you say if a disaster happened on the 31st of December, God forbid, if you still see somebody, you still say Happy New Year. If the father of somebody died, you still say Happy New Year. So it's just the normal term, okay? And Samuel Ikena says, I love your honesty. I love your honesty. God bless you, my brother. God bless you. And unapologetic revolutionary, lots of comments saying, no, it's Abiola that is owing Nigeria. The funds Nigeria made from arms sales to Liberia is kept with Abiola family, specifically Simbi at Abiola International Bank account, which led to June 12 and unapologetic. I'm reading this for the first time. I'm hearing this for the first time. You know that they kept it in something's bank account. Well, I don't know. And I'm just saying happy birthday, Dr. Deji. And Vinny's word is saying, oh God, remove yourself by you are a mumu man. Some of you, you have problem. You can't take time to listen to intelligent conversation. You see, it is some people with their love you more than God approach, they will even be the one to ruin this man. This man may even mean well. Yeah, may even mean well. But some people cannot sit down to hear intelligent something. You know, have I abused Tinubu? Have I insulted him? No. You know, have I praised him where I should praise him? Yes. Have I rebuked him where I should rebuke him? Yes. Tomorrow, will I praise him where I should praise him? Of course. Will I rebuke him where I should rebuke him? Of course. If you don't want the public to speak about you, go and live a private life. You understand? Just be yourself. Don't come to the public. In fact, I have to remove yourself. Okay. This Vinny is just get out of here, man. Bye. You know, Taiwo Yedele happy birthday in advance, though. Bossa Adebayo says happy Independence Day. Bossa Adebayo is Lady B. Yes, I'm correct. You know, Bossa Adebayo is Lady B. Yeah. So and Sam says, Dr. Deji, my cousin was in accounting department as a student in Chicago State College in 1978 and knew Bola Tinubu as a student there. My cousin is still working as an accountant in Chicago. So that means that Tinubu really attended the school now. So why are they saying that he didn't attend the school? You know, if your cousin knows Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that means he attended now. You know, Chemtres is saying he didn't attend any freaking school. He's a drug lord. Chemtres, I disagree. Let me tell you the reason why. I've had experience to stay in some countries. The best I can see is Tinubu may not be educationally inclined, but I've seen a situation whereby people that are not too educationally inclined, that are even into shady deals, some of them will go and register themselves in school and be using money, will be spending a lot of money to just, you know, run the program. That may happen because I've seen such before, whereby, you know, maybe the person has made so much. He said he never knew Tinubu. Oh, never knew. Sorry. Oh, sorry. God bless you, Chemtrex. God bless you. Sorry. I read it as new. Sorry. Apologies. God bless you, Chemtrex. God bless you. You know, that's why I like when my viewers are very active. Okay. And Samuel Ekwere, let me read that again. It says, my cousin was in the accounting department as a student in Chicago State College in 1978 and never knew. You see that? That's why that person that I removed, some people are just very silly. They wrote never knew. I read it as new. So if I have anything against Bola Tinubu, would I have read it as new? Because I was reading it as if Sam is saying that his cousin knows Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So if it's somebody that I hate, there's no way I could have read never knew as new. Right? So it shows that I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. No. No. But some people, they go carry Tinubu for a pass even Sheyi. You know, Sheyi they enjoy. He's living large. He's the son of the president. He enjoys everything that the president has. If you say you want to use presidential jet tomorrow, he will use it. Your father do not have anything. You do not have anything. You don't even have money to pay your child school fees. You'll be playing I love you more than God approved. Do you go to a different market? You'll be doing as if people that are speaking objectively, as if they hate Tinubu. Do you like Tinubu more than God? You know? See the mistake I made now. I didn't know that it is never new. I read it as new. You know? Never knew Bola Tinubu as a student, and my cousin is still working. Now, wow, that one is serious. So, if you are watching me for the first time or you are here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. What we are doing is we are politinking, okay? We are politinking. This is Polithink with Dr. Omosoladeji live, okay? And if you are watching me and you are here to like this video, please like this video. Like I usually tell you, if you have opportunity to come across my video, I'm that political scientist that you cannot like or hate. You understand? You cannot like me, you cannot hate me. Because I will speak the truth. The truth may favor you. So if I say something now, you don't like it. If I say the next thing, you will like me. If I say the other one, and you don't, if you watch this my video from the beginning, I've supported Bola Tinubu, I've criticized Tinubu. That's objectivity, right? You know? I said something on air today against Sowore. Some people think maybe I hate him. No. Why will I hate Sowore? In fact, Nigeria needs more people like Sowore. But the truth should be said that I don't like the way the protest is being personalized and all this revolution. I want a better society. If you say end hunger now, it resonates with me than saying revolution now. I don't want a revolution. You know? I don't care who the president is. What I want is people are living fine. In some countries, they don't care who the minister is. You don't know the minister of power. The most important thing is you have light. You don't know the minister of work. You are just driving on smooth road. You don't know the minister of education. There's no strike. That's what I want to see. If Bola Tinubu lights, stay there. If you like, put Atiku. If you like, put Obi. Is there light? Yes, there's light. Okay, great. Is there functional educational system? Yes, there is. Great. That's my concern. You know, but for some people to think that everybody must be silent or everybody must come and be saying, oh, but see, some people have conscience. And me, I have my conscience. That is the truth, you know. Chemtres said Tinubu did not attend any freaking school. Chemtres, what thing happened today now? The way they come for Bola. Chemtres, are you the registrar of the school? My in-law, take your time. Oh. Are you the registrar of the school? Are you the VC? You say Tinubu did not attend any freaking school. Chemtres. God bless you. Tom says, don't forget to watch the VP debate tonight. VP debate, no, they sweet like presidential debate. I'm not today interested, you know. I'm not today interested. My birthday is in few minutes time. I was born October 20, I said October 2nd, October 2. That's why independence is always very special to me. It's been a long day for me, but then I just thought I have to politic because it's a special day in Nigeria's calendar. So I may not watch the VP debate. You can see that they've decorated the house. Yeah, see blum, see happy birthday, see free blum. Yeah. Blum everywhere, just that I don't want to show the house. If you see the kind of aroma in this house now, as I'm talking to you, if you hear aroma, everywhere, aroma everywhere. You know? Chemtrex is saying, Dr. Dejilu, we all went to school And the least anybody that truly attended any real school will do is provide a freaking diploma when running for the highest office of the land. High school diploma is the minimum requirement to run for the office of president in Nigeria, isn't it? Yes, I agree with you, my brother. I think there's a lot of injustice in the leadership recruitment process, and I've said it before that if you want to hire a banker, you ask for degree minimum of 2:1 or 2:2, NYSC discharge certificate, this that, years of experience. But you want to hire a president, or you want to elect a president, you say go and bring school cert, go and bring school cert. So I agree with you, Chemtrex. I totally agree with you. So if you look at Nigeria the way it is today, you will see that we can't totally blame Tinubu, right? Chemtrex, we are politicking, Chemtrex says you never told us about your Chemtrex. We are here to politic. This one that you are saying, I don't know. Chemtrex, we should be politicking. Chemtrex, we should be politicking. So we cannot say Tinubu is responsible, but then I cannot, in the true sense of it, exonerate him. And like I use the price of petrol, there's a way these people have been doing it, one way or the other, that they've been managed since independent, that price of petrol did not pass one something. So if we now say no, now it must be something because people are profiting from it, the criminals have hijacked the petroleum sector. Okay, it's okay. But where are the criminals? Where are the scammers? I've not seen any scammer. I've not seen any criminal that reduced the marks. If you say you need more money, you remove the subsidy, you push the burden to ordinary Nigerians. You are earning more money. You have increased tax. You have reduced the subsidy on electricity. You are no longer subsidizing the naira. So that means you have so much money to yourself. And you are still borrowing astronomically. That reduced the marks. That's why I said I will only score Bola Tinubu 3/10. Because there are some things that doesn't add up. For instance, I listened to the president's speech and he was talking about FDI, foreign direct investment, that $30 billion have come into Nigeria since his administration. You see, some people, it is sad. That's why being a political scientist, I'm always careful because I have conscience. Some people know that this thing is not true. They will still come and some will even go on TV. Sorry. I said something earlier. You guys do not remind me. That means you guys are not following me. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. As soon as they subscribe, I see and hear. I see the list of subscribers. I see everything here. So if you are watching me for the first time, you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. God bless you. I appreciate you. I said you can be, before I go to the FDI, foreign direct investment, I said you can be in one day, if you are a Muslim, you can be a living being. I think this assertion came to my mind when I saw the grave of Yaradua. Yes, I saw, some of you must have seen that video, the grave of late President Umaru Yaradua. I saw it and the fear of God in me increased. Why did he increase? And I want you to listen carefully, my fellow politicers. Uncle Sam, please, I need your wisdom here. So I need you to listen to me attentively, please. Chemtrex, unapologetic revolutionary, here is a platform of knowledge. Let us reason together. You understand? I need you guys' wisdom here. When I saw the grave of Yaradua, my fear of God increased. Why? Because I know he is the one that can kill, and is the one that can make alive. 50 Cent was shot. He survived it. Tupac did not survive it. Grace. Obasanjo, from detention, he became president. Despite the fact that the forces of military at that time, the Abacha, were against him. Abiola won election. He died in prison. Grace. So I believe that I fear God because I believe it is only God. Even if you tell God that God, Oya kill Deji now, I believe it is when God approves that Deji will die. But when I saw Yaradua's grave, my fear for God increased. That was what brought the assertion to me. I said I was just sitting on my own and I was just polythinking, which I always encourage polythinkers to have critical thinking. That's one of the things I teach here, critical thinking. So when I saw the grave on social media, I'm like, I was now using my political knowledge to look at the powers of a president. That the DSS is an institution that naturally belongs to the president. The DSS exists to serve the president. That's how Nigeria is structured. I heard this from when Dennis Amakri was invited to VOP. A retired deputy director or something at DSS. While he was speaking about DSS, the DSS, as the DSS is, it belongs to Tinubu for the time that he is president. It is his personal, should I say, his personal property. He can use it as he likes. It's an agency directly under him. And I look at DSS, all the weapons, ammunitions. I look at Nigeria's foreign reserve. I look at Nigeria's budget, oil resources, everything. I look at the power of a president. Do you mean everything ended in this undecorated grave, buried along with other people? Maybe some of you can Google it. Umaru Yaradua's grave. You see it. So the assertion now came to me. If you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. This is where we polythink. This is Polythink with Dr. Omoshola. If you are watching me, just take a moment, click the subscribe button, turn on the notification button so that we can always polythink together. So when I saw it, I thought that this life, it now occurred to me that you can be a living soul if you are a Muslim. I said if you are a Christian, you are lucky. If you are a Muslim, you are lucky, but maybe not too lucky, because this is particular to Muslims. You can be a Christian, you can be a living soul, a dead human being, a buried corpse, and also food for the worms, all in one day. And that's what I will later relate it to the statesmanship that I spoke about earlier. For instance, if you happen to be a president and you are a Muslim, as at 1 a.m., you know the day usually starts 12 midnight. Anytime after 12 midnight, the day has started. Follow my analysis. I need your attention, please. If as at 1 a.m., you are a living human being, you woke up or you are interacting with your family 1 a.m. Let's say 3 a.m. you died. That means that particular day you are a living being. 3 a.m. if you die, you are a dead person. By Islamic right, they must bury you that day. So if they bury you around, maybe they are now doing all the roborege, they now tie you. You that you are a free human being, they tie you, white cloth, tie your head, put you in the grave. All the money, all the power will not follow you. It's only that white cloth that will follow you. And they now bury you, let's say around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That same day, you've been a living being, you've been a dead person, you've been a buried corpse. Follow me. Oh. If that day that they buried you 2 p.m. as a Muslim, you know there's still 10 hours before 12 midnight, a whole 10 hours. 10 hours. If that day rain falls, it will hasten your decomposition. If they bury you in some yeye soil that all these insects will easily emanate from, or if they bury you in a grave that there are corpses around, that means the worms there would have been smelling that fresh meal, fresh meal. They are already they are already using their noses to sense you that a fresh meal has been bought. So they are already finding their way from the corpse just beside you to your own corpse. And trust me, it can't take them 10 hours. It cannot take them 10 hours. And you are buried 2 o'clock. So that means that by 12 midnight, there would have been some worms that have, sensed the aroma that, fresh meal, that are finding their way to your corpse. So at the end of the day, it means that in one day, you are a living human being, you are a dead person, you are a buried corpse, and you are food for worms, all in one day, 24 hours. All in one day, just one day. One day. So, what is this life all about? That's why when I see Wike and Fubara, they want to kill themselves. Maybe Wike can be lucky. Maybe, God forbid, if anything happens to him, maybe we still collect AC inside mortuary, all those kind of a thing, as a Christian. But if you are all these Tinubu, Shetima, give me all these Muslim guys in power, what is your problem? Huh? What is your problem? You want to misbehave, you want to steal all the money, you want to kill, you want to destroy, you want to make life hard for people, you want to rig election. Alaye, one day, you can be a living human being, a dead person, a buried corpse, food for the worms, all in one day. So what are we saying? May God just always spare our lives. You understand? May God spare our life. And that may God spare our life will make me to wish myself a happy birthday. I'm grateful to God. It has been God. It has only been God, and it will still be God. And some of these things that I do is not that I'm not aware of the implications. Sincerely, we have people that all they need to go after you is for them to just hear a line that you speak against Tinubu. They will not wait to hear the second line where you spoke well of him. They are ready to kill you. I'm telling you. There are people like that. It's just a line that they need to just hear. Finish. But then, the grace of God abounds because everybody will die. Abiola, they killed him. The people that killed Abiola, they've died. So if you kill your fellow human being, you are just a mumu man. Because you've only just hastened the death. There's somebody that will still die. That will still die. Imagine, you are looking for somebody to kill now. You now decide that you want to go and kill Chemtrails. Are you not a mumu man? Because whether Chemtrails likes it or not, he will still die. If God can kill his only son, can allow people to kill his only son, Jesus Christ, and Jesus died, who am I? Who are you that you won't die? Everybody will die. That is the truth. You know? So, I know that sometimes some people, you understand, will not like some of the things we say. Some people will just wish that you can always come and don't be objective. They don't want objectivity. Just be singing the praise of the president. Just be saying Tinubu is the best. Tinubu is good. Tinubu is, you know. And it's not only the Tinubu boys, the Buhari boys too. They like that just come and say Buhari is the best. Just come and say, oh, Jonathan is the best. Jonathan is the best. But no. Because you have to follow your conscience. So I give glory to God Almighty for giving me the grace to see another year. And I pray to God that it will be a fruitful and fulfilled year for me. I'm not up to 64 like Nigeria, but the little years I've used have been a blessing, and God has blessed me in his own way. So I give glory to God. And me sitting here to impart knowledge is still a form of blessing. But Nigeria, as it is, at 64, at 64, may God help us. That's the much that I can say. And our political uncle Sam says, let me take some comments. A lot of comments here, and I'm saying I'll be truthful with you about Nigeria to the best of my knowledge, because I have nothing to lose or gain. I am a good friend of Ojus Okalu. He was my boy at Government College, UM. Our uncle of Politik. If you are a good friend of Ojus Okalu, you be big name. Our Politik uncle, you be big name. Because Ojus Okalu, no be get that newspaper, and also have private jet. Ojus Okalu na big boy. No be that former governor where they put for prison some time ago. You know. But our big uncle Sam, if you're watching me and you're here to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. You know. Our uncle Sam, you know they follow your boy talk, because your boy they part of the people. If they count Nigerian money now, they say your boy too. EFCC. They run after and so the jailer been in politics. I've been in politics. I've been in politics. I don't know. This is my network. Sorry. Big Uncle Sam. You know. Then Unapologetic Revolutionary says Tinubu, like Buhari, lack the science to govern a heterogeneous society like Nigeria. And Sam says in 1978 a brand new Peugeot was 3,000. My flight ticket from Lagos via London to America was 300. 300 naira now that cannot buy a bottle of Coke. 300 naira now. Can't buy a bottle of Coke. A bottle of Coke now is sold for like, I don't know, maybe 400 or 500. That's where Nigeria is now. And Chemcheck says, I pulled my little niece out of that after she completed law school and got posted to one of the northern states in Nigeria for a national youth survey. You know why? Of course, terrorism. I think I was lucky though. And I usually thank God. When I did my NYSC, there was no Boko Haram then. There was no banditry, all these S-men. I did my NYSC in Kano. You know, Kano had his own share of Boko Haram attacks too. But then there was no Boko Haram. Everywhere was peaceful, you know. Even in Sabongeri, you get beer to buy. Everything was okay. Not until suddenly Boko Haram came. But I finished my NYSC before Boko Haram came. So I'm super grateful to God that I didn't witness Boko Haram. And says, why, when you are the president or prime minister, you are automatically the head of armed forces and paramilitary agencies at the commander-in-chief. They are part of executives. Yes, but when I listen to Dennis Amakri, the one of DSS is a bit special. Like, there's a way he explained it, you know, that the DSS, there's a way he explained it that shows that the DSS is like the direct property of the president, that they are meant, like the police now. The police is meant to serve Nigerians, right? But the DSS is, you know, largely for the president. That was what Dennis Amakri said. And because she thought Nigeria was a real country, and I pulled up stories within Nigeria of parents who are mourning their loved ones due to banditry, the government didn't even think it's worth bringing up. During any of their sittings to at least deliberate on it, they never saw the need to even bring it up on the floor for discussions. My brother Chemche, they do discuss it too. They do discuss it, sincerely. As I remember when Sam Adeyemi was crying, you know that APC guy, Kogi West, senator representing Kogi West, was crying. I remember that he was crying seriously on the floor of the Senate. So they do discuss it, but I think it's just lip service. That's the way I can put it, that they just play lip service with it. They are not really serious about what they are discussing, or that action is not really there in the true sense of it. If you are watching me, please try and subscribe to this channel, and so that we can always pull the thing together. Our uncle on Politin, I'm thinking of how to frame the title. Is it Uncle of Politin or Uncle Polit? Chemtrails, let me give you an assignment. Let me frame the title we want to give Sam. Is our uncle on Politin. So how do we frame the title? Chemtrails, oh yeah, help me frame the title. The framing of title is not coming to my head. Oh yeah, help me frame the title. And our uncle on Politin, Samuel Kure, says, I was in Kaduna before Shomole came to Kaduna to work for the Kaduna Textile Mill. I've traveled all 32 states in Nigeria, and 43 states out of 50. And Sam is also saying, Ojus Okadu calls me whenever I visit the USA, and we did hung up a couple of times in the USA. And Unapologetic Evolution says the DSS is more like the Grad Republican in the French system. The DSS is the property of, so long as you are there, you are the president. Anything you tell the DSS, they will do. They are for instance, Dennis Amakri said, did somebody ask during that program that, why do DSS disobey court orders? And Dennis said that it's not the DSS that disobey court orders. That in fairness to the DSS, that when there is an order, that the DSS will take it to the Attorney General, the Chief Law Officer, and say, there is an order. The court has given an order that we should release this person. Now, when the court now gives an order that we should release the person, the Attorney General, if he's a person of interest to the president, will say, let me go to the president. For instance, I'm looking for somebody. For instance, during, let's say, Nnamdi Kanu now. Let me use somebody that will naturally be of interest to the presidency. If the court gives an order that releasing Nnamdi Kanu, and you see that the DSS is not obeying, according to that Amakri, he says that the DSS, when they see that order, if DSS says, for instance, if the court says release Omoshola Deji, if I'm not a person of interest to the president, you understand, if it is just overzealousness, that they will obey. But somebody like Nnamdi Kanu, that is of major interest to the power bloc, that the DSS will not just release him like that. They will take that judgment or order to the office of the Attorney General and say, Attorney General, there is a judgment that Nnamdi Kanu should be released. The Attorney General cannot unilaterally say, go and release Nnamdi Kanu. He too will say, okay, let me go and consult. And of course, he's going to the presidency. When he gets to the presidency, the Attorney General will meet with Tinubu and say, oh, Mr. President, the legal process has been done, and the court has given an order that the DSS should release Nnamdi Kanu. That the DSS brought the order to me. That if Tinubu now says, release Nnamdi Kanu, what does the court means? No. That's not possible. That the Attorney General cannot do anything otherwise. He's trying to speak, and I agree. I've said it before that some of these DSS guys, some of these police guys, they are trying. It's not easy to be a police officer in a country like Nigeria, whereby the politicians will be clear. For instance, you promise you renewed hope, you gave hopelessness. People are protesting, you send out police, you send out DSS. Is it DSS that promised renewed hope? Is it DSS that promised renewed hope? Those are the kind of things that we face. So if Tinubu now says, if you are watching me and you are yet to subscribe, please do well to subscribe. GK1000 says, well, I don't know, Buga or something. Please let your comment be in line with what we are discussing. Yes, I'll be forced to remove you. Okay, we are not, so maybe you don't know the rules of this platform. Let your discussion be in line. Let it just be about politics and happenings in the polity. Or maybe you want to ask a question, or maybe you are dropping a comment. So it will be unfair to me if our uncle Sam has been dropping intelligent comments since, or an apologetic revolutionary has been dropping comments, and Chemtrex, Fidelis Michael, a lot of great guys on this platform that they've been dropping, and you will just come and drop it. No, it's unfair to them. You understand? If they have been doing like you, the platform won't be like this. So please don't let me be forced to remove you. Right? If you're watching me and you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe to this channel. Okay? So if the president says, Lateef, Boda Lati, that's the Attorney General, Boda Lateef Fagbemi, SAN. If Boda Bola says, Lati, didn't you undo the case where? How will they release that Nnamdi Kanu? I don't trust that boy, I don't trust that boy. It is now my turn that he wants Biafra. Nigeria did not split before my turn. Now that I'm in charge, things saying I fear Biafra. No. If we release that boy now, he go they strategize. If you go get that Biafra too, I don't trust that boy. I no agree. The Attorney General cannot say no. He will walk away. The president has spoken. He will go back to the DSS or call the DSS to come and tell them still leave him there. But the news that everybody will hear is that the DSS is here to obey the order. So according to that retired director at SSS, it is not really DSS that didn't obey that order. It is the presidency that has failed to obey that order based on their own interest. That's what that, you know, sometimes people don't know the inner workings of some of these organizations. It was that day that I now understand that, okay, you know, now I understand. Because one of the agencies that disobey court order most in Nigeria is DSS. Is DSS. One of the agencies that, so I now understand why most of those orders are being disobeyed. Not because DSS does not want to obey. DSS does not have any special intent. If God says releasing, if court says releasing, it doesn't cost them anything. But when the presidency, through the attorney general, has not deemed it fit or do not find it worthy to release such a person, the attorney general cannot do otherwise, else he will lose his job. And once DSS is yet to get that signal, that's the end. So that's why I've asserted that in Nigeria, we need a one man, because in Nigeria, we largely run a one-man state. That's what I've asserted. You know? Our uncle on politics, Sam says DSS is like EFCC, ICPC, customs, immigrations, etc. Attorney General of the Federation can give order to the DSS without president's authorization. Our uncle, I disagree a bit too. If, for instance, if DSS had been able to apprehend Sunday Igboho during Buhari's time, and you know that Buhari is a very ethnic guy, and maybe they invaded him, they invaded his house because he was tackling the Fulanis, and if you touch anything Fulani during Buhari's time, you are in trouble. And let's say that they now went to court, and the court now said release Sunday Igboho. Do you think that even if the Attorney General is a Yoruba man, he will just release Sunday Igboho like that without getting clearance from Buhari? So if, according to what the assistant director something at DSS said, I think I tried to kind of like agree with him, because if you look at the political arithmetic, I think it's a bit logical, because you can't release Sunday Igboho without informing Buhari and his boys. And if they say no, you as Attorney General cannot do otherwise. So he said that if that person is of interest to the president, even if there's a court order, you cannot release that person without the president's approval. You know? He says Department of State Service are not directly attached to it. Maybe I'll go and look for that. I'll go and look for that particular interview. I'll come and play it. Maybe I'll play that part. I'll come and play it for you guys. He said if the president or the presidency does not obey, there's nothing the DSS can do. I'm not saying, this is not my own thinking now. This is according to that DSS guy, Dennis Amakri. Maybe you can Google his name, maybe to give you some results. You know? So what we have is a one-man state, unfortunately. And that's why if we have a man that is willing to manage, that says, okay, I already have private jet, let me be using my jet, or the one that we have, maybe Nigeria has about 5 or so. Okay, sell 2 for me. Use the money to put the other 3 in shape. At least the jet of the US president is as old as anything. Use the money of the 2 to put the 3 in shape for me. Shetima, you are my political next of kin. Come and share apartment with me. Tinubu cannot sleep in more than one room. Or you remove the secretary to the government of federation or the chief of staff. Remove the next best apartment apart from where the president is staying. Apart from where the president is staying. Remove the person there, put Shetima there. We will know that, oh, okay, these guys in the presidency, they are truly managing, or that, okay, they are managing. The Senate, House of Rep, don't buy new vehicles. Then be prouding yourself that, see, in the history of Nigeria, since 1999, we are the only one that has refused to buy new vehicles because we realize Nigerians are suffering. and there's economic downturn. So that's why we are not buying new vehicles. That is being statesmanly. But if you say that, that is where Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with profound respect to him, first of all got it wrong with me. During the fuel subsidy, I thought, okay, maybe luck shined on him that if he had removed the fuel subsidy, if he had settled down, it may be difficult for him before a dialogue with Labour, NUC, Manufacturers Association and all that. It may be very difficult. Maybe luck just shined on him. So I didn't count it much. But when he didn't prosecute the fraudsters, the scammers of the fuel subsidy, I felt somehow. And when they were busy spending money buying jeeps for every member of the national, what happened to the jeep that was used the last time? Has it spoiled fast? Is there no maintenance department? Look at the vehicles Nigerians are driving. So you can't drive a car that was used by a former rep in your own locality. So the car don't already pafuka like that. If you are watching me for the first time or you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel so that we can always pull the team together. So for me, I felt somehow that, what are you saying? You guys must buy car. Shettima must have a new house. You, the president, must have a new toy, like a new car, a new jet. But Nigerians should suffer. And when you now come every time, I understand you, I feel your pain. Allah, you stop it with immediate effect. That's one of the angles that, for instance, I agree that it would have been difficult for Tinubu or any other person because Buhari was a bad guy in terms of leadership. Whereby you go and, Nigeria is a monoproduct economy. We only earn from oil. You go and use that same oil as collateral. You know, I don't believe that somebody like Buhari will become president and he will just be appointing everybody from a ethnic group. I expect him to be politically mature than that. So Buhari to me is a monumental failure. So I know that anybody that succeeds him will have problem. But I expect that Boda Bola would have managed this thing well, at least a little bit, you know, to some extent. That is where I felt a bit somehow that, you know, imagine my joy as a Yoruba man if Tinubu has turned Nigeria around. I will be bragging that you guys should come and learn how to run a country from Yoruba people. That see what Boda Bola is doing. I wish to say that rather than saying, oh, Boda Bola could have done better, sincerely. But then the truth is the truth. So if you guys are living fine, living large, and you say, I feel your pain. Boda, stop it. Oh. You are not feeling any pain. Oh. I'm only the one feeling the pain. And if there's no different market for me and you, then I have no reason not to say the truth. You know? We should just leave it at that. May God help Bola Ahmed Tinubu to succeed. Because as it is, Nigeria may be on an 8-year ride with him. That's the truth. So I won't pray that he should fail. Because if he fail, maybe it's because he has been failing. That's why they are selling bread for 1.8. So if he now fail more, maybe bread will be sold for 5,000 naira per one. So I won't pray that he should fail. No, I can't pray he should fail. You know? And our Politin Concours is saying DSS are to provide security services to the state or nation. On apologetic evolution research, Chief MK Abiola would have done better than Tinubu. The circumstance during Abiola's time is different. You understand? Stealing, they never open eye like this. You understand? So he may have performed better. But now, may God just help us. In fact, I pity anybody that wants to be president. I just see it as a personal ego or personal fulfillment. If not, Nigeria has more than enough trouble. You already have money, you have private jets. You say you want to be president, you want to go and put Nigeria matter for your head. and you expect that you will sleep well. How will you sleep well? If for anything, it shows that the presidency perhaps have not been sleeping well because, and I think our politic uncle Samuel Ekwere can testify to this, because he must have listened to so many presidential speech. I'm yet to see a presidential speech that will be 25 minutes. It's usually 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes max. But Tinubu's presidential speech today is 25 minutes. For you to put down wordings that will last long for 25 minutes, that shows that it's either you are feeling the heat. That's the truth. But instead of that presidential something, I would have loved if what Tinubu has is a presidential media pally. If he has a presidential media pally, like a presidential media chat, I would have loved it more. Because if you have presidential media chat, they used to say something that, Mr. President, are you aware? So it's an opportunity for the media to test your knowledge about policies without you reading the book. And the media usually play one trick. They will say, Mr. President, are you aware? So, and so. So I would have loved if the president had not read a speech, but had done like a presidential media pally. I would have loved it. Then, as I round up, the issue of the youth, organizing a youth something, I think it is just being organized so that people can ratify the excellence in quote of the Tinubu administration, because the real youth, that youth forum that they want to do for 30 days, the youth that can say the truth, for instance, now they will not give somebody like Omosoladeji slot that, oh yeah, come, oh yeah, we invite you, come and be part of this something, that they know that this one, he doesn't like Tinubu, he doesn't hate Tinubu, he doesn't like Atiku, he doesn't hate Atiku, he doesn't like Peter Obi, he doesn't hate Peter Obi. Oh yeah, come and articulate what you feel, come and tell us. They won't give me. They won't say come. No. They will assemble youth carefully. They will pick APC youth in each state across Nigeria, and assemble them somewhere for 30 days, be feeding them, be paying them money. And those ones they will say they are doing youth forum, whereas it is APC youth forum. Those ones will just be saying, oh, the president is trying, the president has tried, the president, loved the country, the president doesn't sleep until 4 a.m., the president this, the president that. At the end of the day, the forum would have not achieved anything. That's what I see. May God not kill us. You will see what I'm saying. They will not pick somebody like Segun Showunmi, a vocal PDP guy, and say, oh yeah, Segun, be part of it. They may not even pick Showore. They may not even pick the Jade Yonju. So that youth forum, I don't agree with it. God bless all of you. May God spare our life, and it's a great day for me. I thank God for the gift of life. It's a great birthday to me. Happy birthday. I appreciate God's goodness and mercy. I'm looking for something that I can use to pop one balloon. Let me use this thing. Balloon is not popping. This one original balloon. But we give glory to God. So we make it happen by the grace of God. God should spare our life. I want to pop one balloon. This one a wicked balloon. This balloon no pop. Okay, I have one here that I can grip and pop. I said they just decorate everywhere. The kind of aroma in this house. I want to pop one. Balloon no pop. Which kind of balloon be this? That signals happy birthday, isn't it? We give glory and honor to God. So it's been an interesting time with you guys. If you are yet to subscribe, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. This is Polythink. with Omoshola Deji. And till I come your way, like I usually say, I'm not always far from you. By the special grace of God, we make it happen as much as possible. So do well to subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about this channel, and let's always politic together. I appreciate your time. Our politic uncle Sam Onyekwere, unapologetic revolutionary, and Chemtrex, Chemtrex 007. A lot of you guys, I can't start calling all the name. Akitude, I'm trying to call it offhand. Fidelis Michael, lots of you guys, Tom McQuigger or something, you know. God bless all of you. I appreciate you all. Thanks for making this broadcast interesting. Time for spending your time with me. Sam's View, Samuel Ikena, Samuel, lots and lots of you. Don Silvevo. Before Don Silvevo will come for me again now. God is with us TV. I see you. God bless all of you. Blessing Deba. Okay. Blessing Deba, I see you. And a lot of you. God bless you guys. I appreciate your time. Big M. And I appreciate all of you. God bless all of you. Thanks for spending time with me. Dubi Oladimeji. God bless all of you. Till I come your way again, by the special grace of God. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel. Let's always make it happen. I love you all sincerely. God bless you.